Welcome to Delta Wave History, your sanctuary for functional, historical boredom. Our focus will remain on the historical, methodical, numerical, and the procedural. This allows your mind to unwind and drift into historical details. Please adjust your volume for a consistent, even tone. We aim for a predictable vocal rhythm, devoid of sudden shifts in pitch or intensity, designed to facilitate a state of tranquil observation and sleep, if you wish. The art of historical shoemaking requires patience, precision, and a bit of quiet detective work. Instead of relying on modern machinery, the process begins by digging through archaeological reports and carefully analyzing surviving fragments of centuries-old leather. To truly understand the construction of 15th century footwear, historians must piece together clues from museum archives. Faded paintings and stone memorial brasses often reveal the subtle lacing techniques and delicate styling preferred by medieval craftsmen. During the 1430s, everyday footwear featured a gentle, functional point at the toe, carefully avoiding the highly exaggerated, sweeping styles of earlier and later decades. Recreating these authentic pieces requires specific raw materials, particularly dense, high-quality hides. A shoemaker must carefully evaluate the leather hide, as the edges around the animal's belly and wrists are far too thin and stretchy for structured wear. Only the thickest, most durable leather from the center back is chosen for the foundation of the shoe. Footwear of this era was heavily dominated by the ingenious turn shoe method, a technique where the entire garment is assembled inside out. This historic approach creates a highly flexible shoe with a natural, barefoot-like feel, though the soles do require frequent replacement. The upper part of the shoe, known as the vamp, is meticulously joined to the back quarters using a traditional hand-sewn saddle stitch. By crossing two needles through a single hole, the leather worker creates a microscopic, highly durable knot between every individual stitch. To strengthen the natural linen thread and protect it from rot, craftsmen drag the fibers through a dense block of beeswax and pine resin. This sticky, aromatic compound helps the thread grip tightly to the leather, ensuring the seams will not easily loosen over time. Instead of using sharp iron awls that pierce entirely through the material, medieval shoemakers carved shallow, hidden channels straight into the leather's surface. By soaking the hide in water, they could carefully push blunt needles through these carved channels without ever puncturing the visible exterior. This hidden stitching technique is a brilliant feat of medieval engineering that ensures the vital threads remain protected from the constant friction of walking. It is a slow, painstaking method, but it guarantees that the structural seams will not wear out against the rough cobblestone streets. Contrary to the popular belief that historical shoes were perfectly symmetrical, medieval footwear was actually designed specifically for left and right feet. The uncomfortable, straight-lasted shoes that forced the wearer to break them into shape did not become the industry standard until the 17th century. For outdoor shoes meant to withstand damp terrain, medieval makers added a vital waterproof component known as a rand. This thin, carefully cut strip of leather is firmly sandwiched between the sole and the upper to provide an extra layer of elemental protection. The rand serves as a dense protective barrier, preventing morning dew and mud from seeping directly into the primary bottom seams. It requires precise trimming, known as skiving, to taper the edges so it sits perfectly flat against the adjoining leather panels. During the final assembly, the flat leather pieces are temporarily tacked onto a carved wooden form, known as a shoe last. This solid block helps the shoemaker maintain the exact measurements and structural integrity of the shoe while manipulating the heavy materials. The craftsman is careful to minimize the number of temporary tacking holes punched into the bottom of the sole, as every hole is a potential entry point for water. Any necessary punctures are later aggressively compressed and hammered flat with a smooth iron to seal the leather back together. Hand stitching a thick leather sole to a supportive upper is a physically demanding task that places immense strain on the worker's hands and wrists. The dense wet leather heavily resists the blunt needle, meaning every single stitch must be deliberately and forcefully pulled tight. After hours of heavy stitching are finally complete, the shoe appears entirely backward, with all the rough seams and structural folds fully exposed. The final, critical step of the process requires submerging the rigid leather structure in a bath of water for several hours until it becomes totally pliable. Once the leather is completely saturated and softened, the craftsman uses sheer force to invert the shoe, slowly pushing the rigid heel and toe through the narrow ankle opening. This crucial turning process magically hides all the delicate stitching safely inside the shoe, revealing the smooth exterior. The finished medieval turn shoe is a triumph of minimalist engineering, weighing incredibly little while allowing the wearer to closely feel the texture of the earth. While they offer minimal insulation against freezing stone floors, they remain perfectly designed for walking softly through dense grassy fields. The physical demands of historical shoemaking remind us of the immense labor required to produce everyday objects before the Industrial Revolution. Each completed pair represents hours of quiet, methodical craftsmanship that modern manufacturing has largely forgotten. Today, slipping on a pair of properly made medieval turn shoes offers a rare, tactile connection to the past. It is a quiet reminder of simpler times where the steady rhythm of a needle and thread was the only thing standing between a traveler and the rugged earth. Discover more history by watching the next video. We're eager to share more with you. You can't go wrong. All our videos are deeply detailed, dull while fascinating, and distinctly sleep-inducing.